Welcome back to another installment of the What If Scenarios in Horror, and in this episode we'll be focusing on Halloween 3, Season of the Witch. Now, we all know by now, the Halloween franchise is one of the biggest franchises in horror, and Michael Myers is one of the most iconic villains of all time. But in 1982, John Carpenter, Debra Hill, along with director Tommy Lee Wallace, set out to change the game after the events of Halloween 2. If Halloween 3, Season of the Witch, had been more successful when it premiered in 1982, it likely would have changed the trajectory of the entire Halloween franchise, and possibly the horror genre at large. Here's a breakdown of the key ways things could have unfolded differently. Number 1. Anthology format becomes standard. John Carpenter and Debra Hill's original vision was for Halloween to become a horror anthology series, each film telling a different Halloween-themed story. The success of Halloween 3 could have solidified this model. No return of Michael Myers in future films. New stories each year exploring different supernatural, psychological, or sci-fi horrors. The franchise might have become more like The Twilight Zone or American Horror Story. Well, I should say paving the way for anthology shows like American Horror Story, with wide creative range and fresh ideas in every installment. Number 2. Greater risk-taking in 1980s horror. A successful Halloween 3 might have encouraged studios to greenlight more original, high-concept horror films rather than leaning on slasher sequels. More experimental narratives and villains instead of just Jason, Freddy, and Michael. We would have had possible earlier mainstream acceptance of genre hybrids like techno horror, The Ring, Black Mirror, or folk horror such as The Witch or Midsummer. Number 3. It would have delayed or altered the slasher boom. Without the return of Michael Myers, the slasher craze could have lost one of its founding icons, potentially slowing its dominance in the 1980s. Freddy Krueger and Jason Voorhees might have had less competition, reshaping their character arcs or sequel output. Number 4. Franchise longevity looks different. If the anthology format had succeeded, we might have had 10 plus Halloween films today, each telling a totally different story. And unfortunately, and I know you guys don't want to hear this, but Michael Myers might have faded into cult obscurity rather than returning in Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers, and beyond. Rob Zombie, David Gordon Green, and Blumhouse might have reimagined the franchise rather than Michael Myers specifically. Number 5. Modern horror could be more varied. A long-lasting, successful horror anthology franchise could have inspired earlier streaming era anthologies like VHS, Into the Dark, or episodic horror becoming mainstream before the 2010s. Halloween-themed films becoming a reliable seasonal subgenre, similar to Christmas films. The bottom line is this, folks. A successful Halloween 3 would have meant less Michael Myers and a more diverse horror. A riskier, more creative mainstream horror landscape. A potential shift in how horror franchises are structured from icon-driven to concept-driven. Would you want to explore an alternate timeline of what the sequels might have looked like? Have I blown your minds with this? Let me know in the comments section below, ladies and gentlemen. Are you a fan of the Halloween franchise? Tell me all about it. Thank you all for watching. Be sure to subscribe and click on that notification bell. If you want to see more videos like this, let me know. Be sure to follow me on all of my social media platforms and have yourselves a good Friday.